Hey YouTube, Simon here once again for the incredible fundamental changes. Today I'm going to teach you how to tune to DADGAD, a tuning used by players such as Pierre Bensussen, Andy McKee and even the rock giants Led Zeppelin. Let's go and have a look at that just after this. So DADGAD is named after the strings which you will tune to. In standard tuning we have E, A, D, G, B, E, from thickest string to thinnest string. I use the rhyme Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. The first letter of each of those gives you your tuning. Now DADGAD is D, A, D, G, A, D, from the thickest string. So that gives it its name, DADGAD. So today we're going to look at how to get from standard tuning into DADGAD so you can try out new, effective, fresh sounding ideas. So first of all, before we move on, I'm going to play you through the tuning notes so you can listen to what they sound like. Let's look at example 1. Okay, now that you've heard the sound of what DADGAD notes sound like, let's talk about the specifics. So in standard tuning on the 5th, 4th and the 3rd string, we have an A, a D and a G. Those three strings do not change in DADGAD, hence its name, D, A, D, G, A, D. Those are the notes you're going to tune to. So those three are the same, and then we're going to tune the 6th string down 2 frets, if you like, or a tone to D. So we're going to go from E, D-tune it down to a D. The B string is going to come down 2 frets or a tone to A, and the high E string is going to come down 2 frets to a D. So I highly recommend you use a tuner when you first do this because it's far more accurate than any other way. So hopefully that doesn't seem so daunting coming into a new altered tuning. Half the strings are still the same, but the other 3 you're going to bring down 2 frets or a tone. Let's look at matching up pitches. In standard tuning you might use what's called the 5th fret method, which is where you tune using adjacent strings and the 5th and then on the G string the 4th fret. We can do a variation of that in DADGAD, which I'm calling matching strings. Let's look at example 2. So now that you've heard the notes, you've tuned up using a tuner by manipulating the 6th string, 2nd string and 1st string, or the 2 E's and the B string down a tone. You've now matched up your pitches so your adjacent strings sound perfectly identical to the strings next to them. Another method you can use is natural harmonics. Now, a natural harmonic is the sound created at specific parts of the guitar. There are lots of them. Normal places to play these are the 12th, the 7th and the 5th frets. And it's basically lying your finger very, very lightly on the upper edge of this fret, and it creates a ringing tonality, which is very, very pleasant on the ears, but also gives a very specific way to tune up, because when you hear a natural harmonic next to a normal note, you can hear if those 2 pitches match and correlate. So at a later point I might do a further video on natural harmonics, but I've put a link to Rob's description of natural harmonics in standard tuning from the Fundamental Changes website, which is also brilliant. So you might have tuned up using natural harmonics in standard tuning. The next example will give you a way to tune up using natural harmonics in DADGAD. Okay, so you've got your tuning notes. You've tuned up using a tuner by manipulating the 6th string, 2nd string and 1st string down a tone. You've matched your pitches and you've used your natural harmonics to do the pitches. That's the basic way to get yourself in tune, like it would be in standard tuning. Now, all of the tab and the notation for this is in the article and the link below, so make sure you use that. And also on there, I've put the audio clips to what all of these sound like, so you don't have to scroll through this whole video if you want to come back to this. But people often say to me, they say, I want a really quick way to get into DADGAD. Now this might not be 100% accurate in terms of pitch, but you can fine tune it. Basically what you want to do is you want to match up the 6th and the 4th strings. They will be in different octaves, but you want, so that's now a D, okay? Then you match up the B string to an A, best you can. And then you match up either the 6th string or the 4th string to the top string. And you can see that within about 30 seconds there, might take a little bit of practice, you can go from standard tuning to DADGAD. So hopefully that won't seem such a frightening process, because I remember when I was learning different things, I was very frightened of approaching altered tunings because I thought it took ages. People always say that to me, getting into altered tuning takes ages. Doesn't have to, you saw it right there. So that one more time, you'd match up the 6th string so it's the same pitch as the 4th string. This is written in the article. The B string, so it's the same as the 5th string, yeah, or the 2nd string, so it's the same as the 5th, and then the top string, so it's the same as the 4th. D, A, D, G, A, D. As we go on, we can look at some more ways to use this tuning as well. I hope that's been of use to you, and I'll see you next time for way more free videos. Take care. Hi everyone, thanks for checking out this DADGAD tuning video. Make sure you check the link below to my brand new book on DADGAD tuning. Check out Joseph's website, Fundamental Changes, for hundreds of free lessons, and Amazon for our books to inspire you in your guitar playing journey. Take care, speak to you soon.